God would say to me this morning, Dynette, it's okay to mix God and country. But we could only do that twice a year, Memorial Day and 4th of July. The second thing that came to mind was Ralph would ask if I was going to read from 2 Chronicles 7:14. And the third thing is Norval would request the ragged old flag. So we're going to do all three this morning. I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your flagpole is leaning a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you've got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag." You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key said, "Washington right, and oh say, can you see?" It got a bad rip in New Orleans with Packingham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell in the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships across the briny balm, and now they've about whipped her back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare, and she's wearing thin. But she's in good shape for the shape she's in, because she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her over. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag. It's time to pray to the God who watches o'er us. It's time to seek his help without delay. The world is dark, for the clouds of war still threaten. It's time for all America to pray. If we would keep the flag of freedom flying, secure the peace for which we all are crying. It's time to pray, our wrong and sin confessing. It's time to pray, America, to pray. It's time for all America to pray. God bless America again. You must know the trouble that she's in. Wash her pretty face, dry her eyes, and then God bless America again. How many times have we heard Ralph say, "For God to bless America, America must first bless God." And now from 1 Chronicles 7:14. "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will bless their land."